Perfect. So far we have been discussing everything about how IT industry works, how the software products are being built, what is cloud computing, what are the models available, and then we got to know how to get the PDI, personal developer instance, and then what is developer program. Inside that program, what you will get. ServiceNow is providing this platform for free, and then you are getting your own account. You already know the difference between different environments: dev environment, test environment, and then production environment, right? You got the PDI, which can be utilized in order to learn the ServiceNow technology. Whatever the work that you are going to do, everything is inside that instance only. That means what? You only need one browser, any browser. That can be Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge or some other browsers, Firefox or any other Bingo, Yahoo. Any browser, you can use it. And then you need internet connection. If these two are there, what you can do, since ServiceNow is a subscription model, they're giving you the platform. What they're initially providing, they're providing applications, right? Providing application, you're calling them as OOTB, out of the box. They're providing database, and you're storing your data. They're providing the platform. That means you're developing, right? You're developing. All three can be done in a single place called instance. Now you tell me what is an instance now?
PDI. It might be dev or test and prod instances.
Exactly. So that we have already discussed: dev, test, and then production. Now I'm just asking you, what is instance?
It's an environment.
Exactly. It's an environment. That's it. It's an environment where you can work. Let me give you the example. See, if I wanted to become a Python developer, what I need? I need an environment to work, right? For example, if any organization which is utilizing, for example, this, what we call the code editor, Visual Studio Code. See this? So this is the place where you can build your Python application. This is VS Code. This is an environment you can work. There are other code editors as well. You can use Sublime. You can use Atom. You can use Notepad++. These are different editors. Even I cannot say this is an editor, Notepad++. Earlier, this Notepad was text editor. Now it became code editor. What is the difference? Code editor is specifically designed in order to code. Text editor, like, see, this is my Notepad, right? I'm writing text here. If I write text here, will it be applying colors? Will it be applying lines like this? No, right?
No.
That's the difference. That's the difference. When you use code editor, automatically it is segregating. For example, if I remove everything here, just type HTML, now you see the boilerplate has already been displayed for you. You don't need to write all this code again and again. That code editor is giving you the flexibility to write your code in a way that the functionality that you wanted to implement. And if you wanted to make the commits, or once you're done with your files, you can use a lot of this stuff. See, Git. You can download the Git. You can directly save here. Automatically, that will be reflected over there in the GitHub. And then there are a lot of extensions. See here, a lot of extensions you can do. For example, if I wanted to do some sort of prettier, we have prettier. See this? Excuse me. This prettier. So when you use this prettier, your code will be even more beautiful. See, without prettier, this is your code. If you use this prettier, install this extension, your code will be much more beautiful. That means human readable. Similarly, we have a lot of extensions. XML parser, XML formatter. Everything will be built in one such code editor called VS Code Editor. See this? This is Microsoft product. Though we have a lot of code editors in the market, VS Code has been popular like anything because the flexibility that it is giving, the way of doing the work, and then the lot of features which are incorporated. And this is open source. So why am I able to use this without paying anything? Because it is open source. Even you can download this VS Code editor and you can code well. Like you can create your own web application, right? Since this is the environment for other technologies. Similarly, for ServiceNow also, we do have one environment, right? That environment, we call it as instance. So whatever you're going to do, whatever you're going to implement should be within this instance only, nothing else. Okay. Now, when I go to my instance now, see, I got this, and then when I click on this start building, it will be redirecting you to the instance. There are two ways to log in. You can go to your developer.servicenow.com. There you can sign in, and then you can click on the start building. There is one more way. When you go here to your account, click on this manage password. See, you will get your instance URL and then admin username and the admin password. Admin username and admin password. I wanted to log in with this. How can I do that? I'm opening incognito, enter. Login page will be coming. And then copy your username and password. And then log in. Either way, you can log into your PDI. Getting the idea? How you can log in, how you can get your account?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. I just wanted to do that. Jyoti, are you getting? Did you get your PDF already?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Perfect. If any questions, you can ask me. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Perfect. All right. Now, this is my instance. First, if I wanted to work in this environment, for example, I'm taking this Visual Studio Code. If I wanted to work in this, I need to understand the UI, right? I need to understand the UI first. Then only I can work. Let me give you one example. If you wanted to buy a brand new car, then you have the money which is required to buy a brand new car. And then you go to that showroom. Then you pick up one car from the list. Like after a lot of research, maybe you vote for different companies. For example, we have a lot of manufacturers, right? Perhaps you picked up one car company. You went to the showroom, and then you booked your car. Right now, on the day of delivery, okay, every other formality like the documentation, everything is done. Now, you know the driving already. You can drive. But since it's a new car, with fully loaded features. First, you need to know these features, right? Buying a car is a good idea. It is giving you a lot of features. You need to understand those features first in order to use them, right? Maybe that car has sunroof. Maybe that car has what we call the automated. Maybe that car has a lot of airbag safety. That car has a lot of other functionalities like headrest, armrest, fully loaded features, and then connecting with other apps. Everything is automated inside the car. It is looking like your home, your second home when you buy that car. So there are a lot of features available with this car. But since you know the driving, you cannot utilize all these features. You need to know the features first, right? That features in the technology of ServiceNow, we call it as UI. First, you need to learn the UI. Then you can do your work. UI, and then I can call it as navigation. UI or navigation. Now this is your UI. This is your UI. I click on this, and then this is the place I'm landing in. Now, let me just zoom in a bit. See, the moment you log in, on the right extreme, you will see the profile. You will see one icon on the extreme right, which is System Administrator. Now, what is this System Administrator? System Admin. System Administrator or the System Admin is the superior role inside the ServiceNow, having access to each and every feature, functionality, table, record, field. That means what? If you're system administrator, you can do everything inside this instance. That's the reason why ServiceNow is giving you the role when you request your instance called admin role. When you have this admin role, then only you can do development. What is the first and foremost thing that you need to check when you wanted to work as a developer? You need to get the role called system admin, right? Even for system administrator, this role is required. Even for the developer also, this is the role which is required. Why it is required? Since you're a developer, you need to access each and everything in the instance, right? Without those permissions, how can you become a developer? Because you're building a new functionality for the client. In order to build that functionality, you need to have the full access, right? Let me tell you one example. If I'm giving you the idea or the planning of building a house, the plan is very good. You understood it. The engineer, the civil engineer who has prepared that particular plan wanted to build the house for you. Now, you are providing the plan to these guys, construction guys, but you are not providing any material in order to build the house. Can it be built? Or you're partially providing the materials, not everything. Can that house be built? No, right? Exactly the same way, if somebody wants to build the house, they need to have each and every material that is required to build the house, and then support also. Similarly, when you wanted to work as a developer, you need to get the system administrator role. When you get the system administrator role, you will do anything, or you can do anything inside that instance. As a developer, the first and foremost thing that you need to check is whether you have the system administrator role or not. Done. Now, when you click on this, exactly how you log into your Facebook or Instagram, this is exactly looking like this, right? The profile. The UI of ServiceNow is very easy. See profile. When you click, see, it is displaying your icon. If you have the like, if you wanted to display any photo against your name, you can do that. And then system administrator role is written here. And then when you click on this profile, now you see first name, last name, title, email, and then date, format, time zone. This is like self-service. When you go to your Facebook, and then you can update your details, right? Date of birth, mobile phone, your likings, dislikes. You can customize your profile, right? The same way you can do that here. Okay. And then see, there is one thing called set password. The set password option is available only for the administrator. If they wanted to reset their password by his or her own self, they can do that. This is very self-explanatory. You can navigate it later. Now, the second option we have is preferences. Click on this. When you go to this preferences, it is exactly like how you customize your mobile phone, right? After you purchase your mobile phone, what you will do? Maybe you will set your wallpaper on the phone. You will set theme. You will drag a lot of widgets onto the home screen, which are frequently used. You will install a lot of applications which are necessary. That means customizing your mobile phone. Similarly, this is also the same. See this? Organizing the form sections. We'll be discussing what is form, what is list, everything. These all options are self-explanatory. You can play with those options later. When I wanted to do this dark mode, then entire instance will be in the dark mode. For example, if I open any application, that will be looking like this. Light mode, dark mode. Okay. And then there are other options called accessibility. Accessibility, when you go to each and every option, turn on and off, you will realize what it is used for. If you wanted to use this special shortcuts, you can use it. These are all self-explanatory. I'm not taking any time. And then there is one more option called keyboard shortcuts. Click on this. It will be giving you a lot of keyboard shortcuts, which are not necessary for you as a developer. And this feature is available recently with the Washington DC. And then you may or may not use these shortcuts. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't by heart it. Anyways, you can easily navigate without these shortcuts also. Okay. Now, there is one more option called impersonate user. See this? Impersonate user. What is this impersonate user? Impersonate user. Now, this impersonate user option is only available to system administrator. Right? Now, this impersonate user option will be useful when you wanted to impersonate somebody else. For example, I wanted to mask my identity, and then I wanted to become as maybe some celebrity, right? What I do, maybe I'll update all of the information which is necessary to impersonate that person. That means what? On behalf of somebody, or I'm behaving, or I'm acting, I'm impostoring like somebody. What is the benefit I'm going to get if I impersonate a famous personality? Maybe the benefit that guy is already availing, maybe I can get out of it. That's an illegal activity, right? Outside. But inside this ServiceNow impersonate user means your administrator and then you're maintaining a lot of users in this instance. If you wanted to impersonate some user, that means you can impersonate like this. And then, for example, Abel Tutor is there. I wanted to act as Abel Tutor now, impersonate. Now, I will be able to see the Abel Tutor's account, how this is useful in ServiceNow. For example, if developers build the functionality, now I wanted to check that functionality is working for Abel Tutor or not. At that time, this impersonate option is very, very helpful for system administrator. It is helpful for two use cases, nothing else. The first use case is when system administrator wanted to check whether any user is any issues with the system or not. They can impersonate and then check. Maybe they can check the access also. How many applications in this instance are accessible by that particular user? System administrator can check by impersonating. This is the first use case. The second use case is it is more helpful to the ServiceNow testers. How? Developers build the functionality. It is moved to the test environment. Now, what is the duty of a tester? The main core duty. They need to test the functionality and then they need to give the green report. Then only it will be moved to the production. At that time, they will use, the ServiceNow testers will use this impersonation option to test the functionality. Both the ways you can use it. Once you're done, what do you need to do? End impersonation. That means what? As a system administrator, I can impersonate somebody else in the system and I can check their activities, their logs, everything I can check. That feasibility is there to the system administrator. Right. Now, there is one more option called elevate role. What is this elevate role? See this? Elevate a role by adding privileges and then security underscore admin role. What is this? So far, what I've been telling you, system administrator is the superior role, right? See, system administrator is a superior role. There is one more role above to this sysadmin. That is security underscore admin. What is this role? Which is above the system administrators, and then this can only be granted to the system administrator, nothing else, or nobody else can have the security underscore admin role. Why? Because if you elevate this role to the security underscore admin, that means you are giving access to your database, giving access to your data. When you wanted to do some sort of security side of things, you will be elevating your security underscore admin role. For example, there is one concept in ServiceNow development called access controls. Access control list, ACLs. Whenever you wanted to build any ACL within the platform, you need to elevate your role first to the security underscore admin role, then only you can implement. Otherwise, each and every form will be read-only. You cannot do anything. This elevate role is only available for system administrators when they wanted to do some security side of functionalities. See this? One red color mark is there, and then there is one upward arrow, and then, which is session based, which will be available for 30 to 40 minutes. Within that time, you need to do that. If you wanted to extend, you can extend it. You will get one pop-up and then you can continue that. Once you are done with it, you need to manually uncheck that and then update it. Then you will become normal system administrator. This elevate role is useful for that. And there is one more option called printer friendly version. Whenever you wanted to print this particular page, then you can do that. This is like it, and then log out, you already know. Okay. Now, see this entire instance. On the left side, you will see the ServiceNow logo. On the right side, you will see the profile. Exactly like in Facebook, how you see that? How you see your Facebook application, right? Right side, on the left side, the logo. For example, if I bought this ServiceNow product for my organization, what I need to do? I don't want to use this ServiceNow branding. I can use my own company branding. I can do that. Okay. And this is navigation bar, right? See, whatever you see from logo till profile, this is navigation. Sorry. Uh, this is called, yeah, exactly, the navigation bar, header navigation bar, I can call it as. Okay. There is other terminology behind it, but that is not required. You just need to understand this is navigation bar having multiple options to navigate. And whatever you see, the remaining portion of it, that is your canvas. That is your canvas. See this? App Engine Studio. When you click on this, let's go. It will be taking you to the App Engine Studio. Okay. What is this App Engine Studio? This App Engine Studio is specifically designed not for developers. This is designed for the persons who don't have more technical knowledge. For example, in my organization, my manager or stakeholder, they don't need to focus on this technicalities of the technology, but they wanted to create one table. Then they can simply come to this place and then they can create a table. Maybe they wanted to create an app, they can create an app. This is like automation. A developer is required to create a table in general. But if a stakeholder or any non-technical person wanted to do some sort of development within the platform, then you will use this App Engine Studio. This is like more graphical user interface, GU. We can call it as GUI, and then which is like more modern way of implementing any application within the platform without knowing the more technical details. That is what is App Engine. You don't need to bother about it. You will never work on this App Engine Studio. Now, rest everything is like your canvas. This is your navigation bar. Now, what is this? When you click on this all, this is what is called application filter. Application filter or navigation filter or left navigation filter. There are a lot of synonyms for this. When you click on this, this is left navigation. Since it is on the left side, right? And then it is holding a lot of applications. That means application filter. Anyway, you can call it. Now, within your instance, for example, if you wanted to access incident application, just type incident application will be coming. This incident application, I can call it as application menu. Application menu. This is your application menu. Whatever is there underneath this application menu, these are all called modules. This is my menu. These are my modules. When you go to your restaurant, you can see that starters. You can see main course. You can see desserts. You can see a lot of soft drinks. Inside that, you will be finding lot many items, right? Those are your modules. This is the starter section itself is application menu. Similarly, there is one more application in ServiceNow called problem. Same application menu. These are all modules. What you can do? See, against this application, if you wanted to make this application as favorite, you can do that. And then you can do this kind of functioning as well. If you wanted to click on this more, you will get more options as well. Like this. For that application, you can what we call apply the color and then icon as well, and then edit it. Now, the second option, which is favorites. When you go here, you can see that application. So whatever you are making an application as favorite will be available under this favorite section. And then history. What is this history tab? This tab will be storing For 30 minutes, whatever the action that you are doing, everything will be stored here. Exactly like how Google browser history is storing, right? Instead of going to this application navigator every time, you can simply come here. Maybe if you wanted to open this business applications again, you can click on it. That will be giving the business applications. All I wanted to say is this is your application filter, and then application menu, all these are modules, right? And then these are your favorites. Whatever the application that you wanted to frequently use, you can make it favorite and then quickly access it using this favorite. And then history will be storing everything. There is one more option called admin. This is especially for admins only, system administrator. This option will not be available for other users. What is the use of it? This will give you the admin console. For example, if I click on this admin home, instead of navigating to different parts of the instance, I can simply go to this admin home and I can check all the administrative activities as a system administrator at one place, which is like one-stop solution where I can find everything which is related to my job. I'm the system administrator. I need to do a lot of things, right? For example, how many users are there, how many users are removed, if any user account is needed to be created, everything I need to do. Exactly like what you are doing in your WhatsApp. If you are WhatsApp admin, you can add the members, you can remove the members, right? Those sort of stuff. As a system administrator in ServiceNow, you will be doing that only, but in a bit detailed way. Okay. And then again, when I go here, see, this is called contextual fill. In technical terminology, this is contextual fill. For example, if I go to my incident application and then click on, for example, incidents, now this will become as incidents. If I go to problem list view, then this will become problems. That means what? Wherever the page you are in, that will be filled in here as a contextual fill. It is looking like a pill, right? One tablet. Contextual app pill. It is giving you the information in the instance where exactly you are. And then this is global search. For example, if you wanted to, let me go to the incidents, problem. I wanted to search this problem, then you can just copy paste it. And then this is a global search. It will scan entire your instance and then giving you the result like this. For example, if you wanted to search maybe a keyword, instead of this, I'm just typing incident. Then it will scan entire your instance and then giving you a lot of results. See this? Task incidents are 67, problems are 1, and there are 76 other results. Then you can narrow down your search and then you can go to the piece of record that you wanted to go. That sort of search. This search is called as what we call global search. Right? Now there is one other option which is very important: the globe icon on the navigation. What is this globe icon? Globe icon is available in order to cater two things. One, which is application scope. The second one is update set. What is this application scope? What is this update set concept? Now, see, when you go here, if you don't set anything manually, by default, your application scope is global. By default, your update set is global. What is this concept called global? See, in the ServiceNow, the whole platform, the scope is very, very important. There are two types of scopes. Okay, nothing else. One is global scope. Second one is scope. I can also call it as private scope. or scoped application. What is the difference? Now, for example, in Hyderabad, if I purchased one beautiful house, one beautiful individual house, which is having like 200 yards of a big house, I purchased it for my family. Now, this house has the security walls, right? And then a gate, security walls and a gate. Now, if anybody wanted to meet me, how they can come? They can simply come to my gate, and then they'll open the gate, and they'll come to my door, and then they'll ring the bell, and then they can meet me, right? This is the way. Now, there is one more person, my friend. My friend bought a house, not a house, this time a villa. He bought a villa. You already know what is this villa concept, right? Gated community. Gated community. Gated community means what? A lot of villas, maybe 100 villas at one place. You will get 1 out of 100. And then there will be a security, a big gate. Gated community means a big gate. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay. See, this big gate having security. Now, if anybody wanted to meet my friend, what they need to do? First, they'll have to reach out to the security. They'll have to inform the security. For example, I wanted to meet my friend. I need to reach out to the security and inform my friend is residing inside this beautiful, some name will be given, right? Any name. This villas. So I need to meet him. Then what the security guy will do? The security guy will call my friend and then ask the permission of my friend, stating that your friend has come and then he wanted to meet you. Can I send him to your house or not? That means here there is more security, right? Here there is no security. Of course, I can still appoint one security guard in front of my house, but I'm just talking in general. For individual house, nobody wants to appoint security until and unless that guy is a big shot. A lot of black money, a lot of assets will be there. Otherwise, they won't do that. But here in this gated community villa, obviously all the 100 villa owners will be appointing one security, multiple people, maybe 5 to 6 security guards will be watching the entire community. Now, this general house, I can call it as global scope. Then this gated community or the private community, this I can call it as scoped or private scope. That means what? Here as a developer, you can build anything in the global scope. Here in this scoped application, other developers cannot get any access. Everything is restricted here. This, whatever the functionality that you are building inside this application won't be available to this global scope. But whatever the application that you are going to build under this global scope will be available to this. That means what? ServiceNow is smartly doing this scoping concepts. If you wanted to build anything global, that will be accessible by each and every user in the instance if they have permissions like roles. But in the private scope, there will be more security, more artifacts. You don't want to share your features, app features with the other set of users inside the instance. You can do that. That means more security, more restrictions, anything you can do with this private scope applications. What are the examples? For example, timesheet management. I can create one application. I can make this as scope application. I can also call it as custom application. Then this timesheet management is available. And then this app development is only within this scope. If I wanted to do the ITSM stuff, I'll go here. I'll do this ITSM stuff in the global scope. That is what is called, what is global scope, what is scope tab. Got the idea? Any questions on the scope? Perfect. Now, see, if you don't set anything, by default, the scope is global. If you wanted to set, see, these are all scoped applications inside your instance. For example, this Now Assist core. Select it. Now you see one red color circle on your globe. That means this is indicating that you are in a scoped application. See this? And then you can create your own update set and then you can do that. First, we are talking about this application scope. Global scope is a big picture and then scoped application is a small one. I can, let me just open my paint. This is my global scope. This is my global scope. Now, this is my private scope. Private scope. That means what? Whatever the application that I'm building here, the application that I'm building here is restricted, is secured. But whatever the application that you built in this global scope, maybe I'll use different other color. See, whatever the application that you build in this will be accessible by this private scope. Private scope means the name itself is revealing it is secured. The application that you're building inside the scope is secure. This is your global scope. Got the idea?
Yeah, yes.
Perfect. Now, the other concept, let me just go back to the global. Whenever you do any sort of ITSM stuff, always make sure you are in the global scope. Okay. Now, there is one more concept called update set. So what is this update set? Update set concept is very, very important. Try to concentrate. Update set. Okay. Now, you have dev environment, you have test environment, you have production environment, right? 3 environments you have. Now, whatever the work that you are doing inside this dev instance, I call it as development work, right? Now, your update set is a container. It's a container which stores all of your changes. You are building one functionality. That functionality will be captured by this update set. That is the reason why I'm calling this as container. And then if you wanted to move that work, what you need to do? You just need to make this update set as complete and then move it to the other environment. Now, for example, if you order one iPhone from online store. How they'll deliver your iPhone? They'll pack your iPhone very neatly and then they'll courier, right? If that is a fragile item, they'll take more care. If it is handled not in a way that any fragile item is handled, then that will be broken, right? By the time it reaches to your home, that will be broken. That's the reason why these Amazon or Flipkart guys will be doing that packaging very robust. That will not be broken. That item inside that box will not be broken, right? They won't deliver you the item directly. They'll put that item inside one box. That box is your update set in ServiceNow. In our example, that box is containing your iPhone. In our ServiceNow, this update set is containing your changes. Once that is completed, then you can move that update set from one environment to another environment. From one environment to other environment. That is what is your update set. Now, as a developer, what you need to check? You need to check two things. First, whether you have system administrator role or not. This you need to check. The second one, as a developer, you need to check. For example, you are assigned with a work. You need to create a update set. We'll discuss about how to create update set, how to move everything. But for now, as a developer, the first and foremost duty is whether you have the system administrator role or not. And then the next immediate thing, you need to create one update set. Because if you don't create your update set and start working on the functionality, how can system know whether you are implementing a functionality? Where can it store? It cannot store anywhere. That's the reason why you need to create one update set container, and then inside that container, whatever the work that you are doing will be captured. Now, just type update set. See, system update sets is the application menu under which you have local update sets. You need to open like this. How I am opening in a new tab? Just press Control in your keyboard and then click on this. If I directly click, this will be opened in this tab, in this window tab, browser tab. If I wanted to open it in a new tab, Control plus click will be opened in a new tab. This is how you can navigate. See, default update set global. This is what I'm talking about. If you don't create your update set, you started working on this, everything will be stored in this default update set. That's the reason why you need to be very careful. You need to check these two things when you wanted to work on a functionality. Now, let me take the scenario. Mahesh has been assigned with work. He hasn't created any update set and he started working on it. After working for 4 long hours, his functionality is built in. He realized now that he hasn't created an update set. Then what will happen? Then the 4 hours work will be gone, right? He hasn't created any update set. In that case, ServiceNow has this default update set. If any update set is not created, everything will be stored here in this global update set. You can simply go to this update set, and then now you can create your own update set and then move. You need to manually move to your update set. Like I'll tell you how to move all these things, but this is the worst case. If you forgot to create your update set and then implemented the functionality, but don't do that. Always, whether it is small work, whether it is a big, heavy implementation, the first thing as a developer, you need to create your own update set. How can you create? See, there is a new button. We'll be talking more about when we talk about this. Just a second. All right. So how you can create your update set, how you can capture your work, will be talking later. But for now, you need to understand this application scope and then update set. Now, for example, let me create one update set quickly just to show you how to set it. I'll name it like first update set, and then state also available, in progress, completed, in always. When you're, because you need to work on this, you need to make this as in progress. You can give the appropriate short description and then click on this. So there are two options. Either you can submit or submit and make it as current. That means what is the difference? If you submit it, it won't be directly set here. If you use the second option, it will automatically set. I'm just submitting. That means I need to manually set it here. Right? I'll go to my global scope. Still loading. I need to set my update set. See, global scope, and then update set, first update set. Now you see again the red color circle on the globe. That means you have created your update set and then you have made it current. This is how you can create your update set and then make it current. Now, whatever the work that you are going to do after setting your update set, everything will be captured here. Got the idea on update set?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. There is one more option. See the sidebar discussion. This is not useful for you as a developer. Don't worry about it. Just neglect. And then see show help. So when you click on this, it will take you, see, browse product documentation. Click on this. It will take you to the site called docs.servicenow.com. What is this? If I made one software product, I need to have proper documentation, right? The ServiceNow is also doing the same. For example, I wanted to know maybe incident application, about incident application. I'll simply click on this incident management and then click on this. See, there are a lot of notes. This is called product documentation. This can be utilized by developers, administrators, implementation specialists, business purposes. For everything they are providing documentation. If you wanted to print it, you can print it as a PDF and then you can get the hard copies and then you can go through it. If you wanted to share it, you can share it. So many things you can do that. Right? This option is available. That is what is your help center. And then this is notification. How you get your notification in your mobile phone. Similarly, if you have any specific notification, you can see here. So this is about the navigation. But most of your spending is in your all applications. When you click all, these are all applications which are there inside your instance. You haven't built any application so far. How can you get all these applications? Because these are all system applications. These are all applications created by ServiceNow. Those applications we call it as out of the box applications. If you create your application, one brand new application, because this is dev platform, right? This is a platform. You can create your own application. That application you call it as custom application. Custom application. How to create custom application? There is one area called Studio. When you type Studio, okay, under System Applications, open it. This is like IDE again. Within the platform, this is like IDE. See, create application. Create it. It will give you a lot of other options how you wanted to create your own application. It will give you a lot of prompts like this. Choose name and app experience, create a table and add data, customize the details. In 3 steps, they wanted you to create your app. You need to give your app name, description. See, it is giving you the scope also. Whether you wanted to build this application in the scope of global or whether it is a private scope. And if you wanted to uh, give beautiful image to your application, yes, you can give it like that. The ServiceNow is making very easy. The platform is very flexible if you wanted to create a new application altogether. But rest every other application is created by ServiceNow. If you wanted to use these applications, out of the box application, you can use it. Otherwise, if you wanted to create a new application, ServiceNow is providing you the area called Studio, and then you can create your own application. And these are all scoped applications. See, whatever the application that you are seeing here, see this, all applications will be available here. If you wanted to modify anything, you can do that. For example, Employee Center Core, open that. This is already built by ServiceNow, right? Then you can see the scope is can't be customized in the studio. There are some restrictions. Okay, don't worry about it, but I just wanted you to explore what is studio. That's it. Okay, this is what is about UI navigation. Now, what is this UI called? This entire UI is called Next Experience. ServiceNow UI is called Next Experience UI. Earlier, we used to have UI 16. Earlier, we used to have UI 16 and then UI 15, like this. How can you switch your UI? Go to System Properties. If you type properties, I'm just segregating a few other properties which are related to the. What I'll do, I'll simply make this. Let me just. Okay. I need to make it as global. What I'll do, I'll make the value from true to false updated. If I go back, let me just refresh. Now you see, this is my UI 16. You won't see all favorites history in the navigation bar. Instead, you will see here. This is your filter navigation, all applications. These are your favorites, and this is your history. And you won't find any contextual fill. You won't find any update set, nothing. This is UI 16. So this UI 16. Earlier, we used to use this. If you wanted to go to the UI 15, you can still go to that. See this? Switch to UI 15. Go to that. You will see different UI. See? The raw UI. When I started working on the ServiceNow, we used to use this kind of clinky, funky UI. That means everything is like a bit confusing. See? UI is like everything. See? This is like old HTML type of document that we were accustomed to do that. Now we have this beautiful UI. Again, if you wanted to switch back, UI 16. Again, if you wanted to go to the next experience, make this value from false to true. Now save it. ServiceNow is giving different names to the different UIs. Now see, this is next experience UI. Now, if you wanted to rebrand your instance, the ServiceNow logo, you don't like it. You wanted to use your own branding. What you need to do, just type UI 16 here, basic configuration. When you go there, ServiceNow is giving you the option to brand access this icon on the tab, and then you can set the image also. See, browser tab title and then page header caption, and you can banner image. This banner image also you can do that. For example, using ABC image. I wanted to download this. Let me just save it. Go here. Update it. Right. Then instead of ServiceNow, I'm using ABC Solutions. Then time also I wanted to set as GMT. If I wanted to make some of the header background colors, banner text, everything, you can do it if you want, and then save it. Now this is saved. What do you need to do? If changes are not reflecting, you need to log out and log in back, because session timeout. See this? Instead of ServiceNow, I'm getting my own logo, my company logo. This is how you can rebrand your instance after you purchase. After you purchase your iPhone, you will set your own settings, right, in your phone, exactly like that. You can do this branding. Okay. With that, I'm stopping. Tomorrow we'll be jumping into the actual table structure, schema, everything. So a bit deep detail, since you know the navigation. If anybody is not comfortable with the navigation, I request you to go to this particular UI and then try to explore all these options. Whatever the option that we have discussed in the classroom, you can explore it and then practice it. That your navigation should be very quick. Okay, I'll be giving you a lot of shortcuts to navigate. If you're accustomed to this for around 10 to 15 days, then I'll be giving the shortcuts. So don't worry about it.